Good morning, students. Today we learn a new topic, synthesis of sentences. Now, this is different from transformation of sentences what you learned last year, because there are different types of sentences and you are changing from one type to another type. That's why it was called transformation of sentences last year when you had exclamatory sentence, assertive sentence, yes, interrogative sentence, all these types of sentences you were changing from one type to another. Whereas when you're talking of synthesis, there are just three sentences. That is one sentence which may be a simple sentence, another sentence which may be a compound sentence, and the third sentence which may be a complex sentence. So when you're synthesizing, you are changing either a simple into a compound or a complex, or a compound into a simple or a complex, or a complex into a simple or a compound. So this you are going to just convert one sentence into any of the other two types of sentences. Clear? Now we will learn the first type of sentence. First type of sentence is a simple sentence. Now, a simple sentence is one that has only one subject and one finite verb or a predicate. Okay, so you have learned your subject and predicate. So that is the way the simple sentence should be. There should be only one finite verb. That is a very important part of this sentence. Okay, that there is only one finite verb. I've taught you all know finite, non-finite. So now how will you change it? Supposing you've got a sentence which has more than one finite verb. So what are you going to change it? Change it into what? I taught you last time non-finite verbs, participles, gerund. Yes, you are going to change it into participle, into a gerund, or whatever the or an infinitive. That one finite verb, if there are two, you will keep one because only one has to be there. So you will keep one and you will change the other one into any of these, either participle, a gerund, or an infinite. Okay, and there are other ways also, but then let's see as we are going ahead. Example: birds fly in the sky. Now here you can see this is the subject and this is your predicate. Birds and fly in the sky. Remember, predicate starts from your action. Predicate starts from your action. So birds is your subject, fly in the sky, object. And soldiers in uniform is your subject, march down the road, predicate. His courage is your subject, won him honors, predicate. So you have your subject and your predicate. Only one finite verb. See, there is only one action being taken place. There is only one action being taken place. Only one action taking place in each sentence. Okay. First one is fly. Second one is marched. Third one is one. Sometimes the subject may be absent or implied, means it's understood. Yes, especially in an imperative type of sentence. Okay. So here, like for example, thank you. What does it mean? I. So this is your subject and this is your predicate. Shocking. What does actually the whole sentence? It is shocking. So it is your subject and is shocking is your predicate. Okay. Now let's see how to make or convert any sentence into a simple sentence. First rule, I told you, very important, remember your finite verb. So retain means keep. Only one finite verbs. There may be more than one verb, maybe one verb, two verb, three verbs. So you remove the rest or change the rest. If you cannot remove, you change it and keep only one of them. Okay. Second, now how you will change? You will either delete, means remove, I told you, or substitute, that is change it. The other finite verb. Now with what you can substitute it. Delete means it's gone totally, so you don't have any tension. But if you have to keep it, then and substitute it, with what you will substitute it? It can be substituted with non-finite verbs like participles, that is ing. So you will change the verb into ing. Like supposing the verb is do or did, you will make it doing. Then you can change it into any of the gerund. Either it becomes a subject or an object. Now here mostly it will not be a subject, it will mostly be an object or an infinitive, that is to and the verb. So instead of the verb did, you will have either you will have doing or you will have to do. Clear? So you can change the verb like that. Or with a noun, adjective or adverb. So if you can substitute that with a noun, with an adjective or adverb, that is the way you will do it. Now, how to do all this? I will tell you, show you all each of these how to do. Now, how to do? Okay. The first one, by using a participle. Now, we learn how to change by using a participle. That is, in the present tense, it will be ing. If the sentence is in past tense, it will be ed, en, or t. Okay. Means don't. Okay. Don't. Uh, or you can say uh, when. Go. Yes. And with t, it will be don't. Then uh, ed, it can be happen, happened. Okay, so like this you will have your verbs where you are adding the ed to it, adding the en to it, adding the t to it to make it into past tense. And lighten. Okay, so ed, en, t. Now let's go to the examples, and then you will learn how to do this. Now the first example, I could climb on a stool and peer over the wall. Now, you know that they have asked you to make it into a simple sentence. That means there is more than one verb. That means what? There is more than one verb. So now first thing you have to do is identify the verbs. Otherwise, how are you going to change it? Or how are you going to delete it? You will not know which is the verb, then how will you do it? So you have to first identify the verbs. So first verb is climb. I could climb. And second verb is peer. What are the two actions? One is to climb and one is to peer, means to peep. Okay. Look quietly over the wall. So now these are the two verbs that are there. Now of these you have to keep only one. So either you remove this or you remove this. So how are you going to do? What are the things they told you? Either add ing, add to, add noun, add adjective, add adverb. Now can you add ing to any of these and change it? Yes. If you add ing here, you can, this changes, and then you keep this. So only one finite verb remains. Correct? Because this changes into infinite. So only this one finite verb remains. So let's see. What will you see? Climbing. Climbing what? Climbing on a stool. I I could peer over the wall. So only one remains. See, this is your infinitive. This is your ing verb, and this is your finite verb. Only one. Okay. So climbing over the on a stool, I could peer over the wall. Now next one. Since they were late, they missed the bus. Now again I told you what first thing. You have to first identify or find out the verbs. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe three. No, it cannot be one. In fact, you have to change, okay, the others or remove them. Which are the verbs now in this? Were and missed. Were and missed. Now were, what is the base verb? Be. Be. To be. Okay, the base verb is to be. Were, are, is, was, be, being, to be. Okay, had been, shall be. These are all the verbs for were. So what can you do? What did they say? Ing or to? Can you put ing here? Yes. Being late, they missed the bus. So only one remains. What? Only missed remains. Okay. Next one. The thief saw the policeman. He fled away. Now here these are two separate sentences, but you have to join them and at the same time remove one of the verbs. Like this is fled and this is saw. Saw is one verb, fled is the second verb. So you have to remove them. You have to remove one of them or change it. If you can remove it totally. Okay. But not possible to remove. So can we change it? Yes. Okay. There is a mistake here. This S should be in capital. So saw becomes Seeing. Seeing whom? Seeing the policeman who ran, the thief ran away. So see what I did? I changed this finite verb into ing, the participle and present participle, and here this remained the same. So you have only one finite verb now in the sentence. Remember, your main objective in simple sentence is to remove or the remove the extra finite verb that is there. You will keep only one. Remove or change. So it's not a finite verb anymore. Moving on to the next one. Second method is by adding to and the verb. Yes, now by adding to and the verb. Now, example. We must eat or we cannot live. So remember, what are your two verbs? Eat and live. So can you put to somewhere here? Yes. We must eat to live. So only eat remains because to becomes is with live. So it becomes an infinitive. Okay. And this, please write this W capital. Okay. Next one. I have no food that I can give you. So first one verb is have. Second verb give. So can you make any of these have or to give? Yes. So I have no food to give you. Instead of that I can give to give you. Okay, next one. First verb is wanted. He wanted to pass. Now you don't have to worry about to pass because it is already not a finite verb. It is an infinitive. So wanted is here and second one is worked over here. Wanted and worked. Now one of these you have to remove. So how will you change? He wanted to pass the examination. He worked hard. So how will you change? He worked hard to pass the examination. You will remove this totally. See, I told you either you remove or you change. Here what you decided to do, remove this totally. So he worked hard to pass the examination. Now moving on to the third method. That is by adding ing. Now that is making a gerund by adding ing. But this is not your participle. This is making it into a noun. Remember, you're making it into a noun. So before that, there should be a preposition. Okay, when the other ing you added was you're making it into a participle. Here you're making it into a noun. And you put a preposition. This is important. You have to put a preposition. Okay. So first one. Although she is very thin, she is strong. So what is your two verbs? Is and is. Is there twice. So you have to change. So now if you look at both the sentences, these are opposites. Yes. If someone is thin, you expect them to be weak, but here it is the opposite. So that's why you will use this preposition in spite of is there. And then is becomes being. In spite of is your preposition which I told you to use, and this is becomes being. In spite of being very thin, she is strong. So only one finite verb remains over here is. Next one, mother woke up early, she went for a walk. What are your two verbs? Woke and went. Woke and went. Now, which one can you change? Yes, you can make this into ing. Remember, you have to make it into ing over here. So, you can say waking up early, mother went for a walk. But what is the here? You have to have a preposition. Otherwise, this will become a participle. So, you have to make it add a preposition. Preposition. So, what is your preposition? On. So, on waking up early, mother went for a walk. Okay. Why this on came? Because remember the rule, you have to add a preposition. Otherwise, you could have just written waking up early. No, then it doesn't become a gerund. Now, your fourth method by using a noun. This is quite easy. Rehan is my brother and he is very naughty. Now, if you see this, both the parts, you're talking of the same person, the same noun. That is who Rehan. Yes, we are talking of the same person, that is Rehan. Now, what are your two verbs? Is and is. Is there twice. Is there twice. Here once is and second is there over here. So one of these you have to either change or remove. Now when you are talking of the same person, that the person whom you are talking about is common here or doing the same action, same person is doing two actions. That time you can just write this name only once. So Rehan and then put a comma. Remember whom you are talking about, Rehan. Then put a comma. Rehan, put a comma. Then my brother, and you remove the end, is very naughty. So your is this went, this is went, only one is remained. So if you look at your sentence now, Rehan, comma, don't forget the comma. My brother is very naughty. Now the same thing here, Mahatma Gandhi was a great leader who led India's freedom movement. Whom are you talking about? One person in both the sentences, correct? So you write Mahatma Gandhi, you'll remove this is your first verb and this is your second verb. So you'll remove this. Mahatma Gandhi, a great leader, led, you will remove this, India's freedom movement. Okay, so you have to remove this. Yes, sir, you have to remove this and remove this as well. Next one. There was a small boy standing on the pavement. He seemed to be lost. Now these are two sentences which you have to join and at the same time remove the one of the two finite verbs. The first one is was and second one is seemed. So whom are you talking about now? A small boy. So you will write that first. A small boy standing on the pavement seemed to be lost. So this part you just omit it. And don't write he again. Don't write he again. So whom are you talking about? A small boy standing on the pavement. After that, comma. See, I told you always comma. Whom are you talking about? Rihan. Then comma. Mahatma Gandhi. Then comma. Whom are you talking about? A small boy standing on the pavement. So comma. Then you write seems to be lost. Now your next method of changing by using an adjective. Okay. Now, what does an adjective do? Adjective describes a person or a thing. Correct? Adjective describes a person or a thing. So, you will see here how we are going to do it. Example. Students who work hard will surely succeed. So, how can you describe a student who works hard? You describe him as a hard working student. You're using an adjective, remember. Student who works hard means hard working student. Okay. So hard working students will surely succeed. So only one remains here. Only this will remain. Only one finite verb remains. Next one, the last one by using an adverb. It is quite intriguing. And again, adverb, what does it do? It describes an action. Yes, describes an action. How you are doing something. Correct? So the action is telling you more about the action. So here is your first verb and feed is your second verb. So it is quite intriguing that camels feed on neem leaves. So what can you make into an adverb over here? You can make this. Like slowly, correct? Yes or no? Slow becomes slowly, same way. Intriguing becomes intriguingly. And after that, you will put a comma. Intriguing becomes intriguingly. After that, you will put a comma. Now, whom are you talking about? Camels. Now, what is the next? What do actions do the camels do? Camels feed on neem leaves. So, this is your adverb. Intriguingly, camels feed on neem leaves. Okay. Now, the next example. The sun set. What is the action here? Set. Thus, what did the sun do? The sun set. Okay, dub gaya. Okay. The boys had not finished the game. So this is a negative, but it is an action. It is a finite verb, but a negative one. Had not finished. So 1 and 2. Of these two, you have to change one. So how will you change? The boys had not finished the game by sunset. Why this become this word and this word is different. here there is a gap. This is the sun, which is an object, and this is the action what it is doing. Okay, this is your subject, the sun, and this is the action. Correct. So here this is not the object and the action. This is the time of the day, like early morning, dawn, sunset, afternoon. Okay, so this is an adverb. So this is an adverb because it's telling you when did the boys finish the game. By sunset, by morning, by evening, by afternoon. Okay, that this is different. Sorry, this is different and this is different. See, this is a separate word, this is a separate word. This is the action, this is the object. Whereas this is one full word telling you the time of the day. Okay. Now let's see your exercise, your homework. Make into simple sentences. Though I was joyous in my marriage, that was a different year, Y-E-A-R, year of 1968. I will just give you a few little clues. You can see your two year was and year. Okay. So you have to change one of these or remove them. Okay, what did I say? How do you change? Generally, you it was is what is the main form be? So being. Okay, you can see. Next one. As I was fixing supper, there was a knock on the door. Okay, this should be in small, not capital. So your first verb is here, and again second verb is here. So one of these you will change. Okay, next one. That night Jack had a dream. What is your first one? Had. And it was more like a nightmare. What is the second one? Was. Yes, was and had. So one of these you will change or remove. Yes. Next one. I turned the tail and fled. So fled is your action and turned is your action. What do you mean by turn tail? Dum daba ke bhaga. You have in Hindi, no? Dum daba ke bhaga. Yes, that is exactly that. Yes, दो पैरों के बीच में पूंछ डाल के भागना. That is turned tail. Okay. So first action is turned. Second one is fled. Then when you will change one of these, okay, make it into ing or uh, to verb or an adverb or adjective, whatever you have to add, think and do. When her husband died, she didn't marry. So the first action, sorry, died and marry. One of these two you have to change. You can use a noun form over here. See, I'm giving you the clue. You can use a noun form over here to change. Okay. Okay. So I hope you are able to do. I will be sending more. I will send you a next video of compound and then complex sentence because I am not making one video because I don't know what is happening. My laptop is just hanging and the video is not coming proper. Then I have to redo the whole thing again. So I'm just making everything into small bits. Okay. So I hope you are able to do it. If you can't, you can message me. Okay. Thank you.